if Monica Geller was meta, she'd make you feel like if you just try hard enough, you would get all these likes and you would finally be enough. I believe that too, that if I could just perform the perfect version of me at work, on Instagram, even at brunch with my girlfriends, I would finally feel like enough. But you know what that performance cost me? Not just burnout, that's a side benefit right here. I'm talking about greens, like Rachel Green. It cost me money because the more I tried to look like I had it together, the more I spent chasing validation and soothing low-key anxiety. In today's coffee confessional, I am sharing how seeking likes can quietly bankrupt you, and how shifting to an investor mindset gave me the only kind of wealth that actually grows. And spoiler alert, it's the kind of wealth so cool that Monica finally found at the end of the series of Friends. So grab yourself a cup of coffee and let's catch up in today's episode of Lady Boss of Finance. Let me ask you something. Would you still do that thing? Buy that outfit, decorate the tablescape, sign up for that mastermind if no one ever saw it? Would you still care about aesthetic if there wasn't a feed to post you to get likes? I used to think I was being ambitious. I was Monica, driven, dedicated, and put together. Well, sort of. But the truth, I was overworking myself with long hours on stakeholder pet projects, overspending to make me feel better, and overperforming for women who don't even remember my name. Meta, just like Monica, is all about appearances. Your worth measured in likes. Your lifestyle turned into content. And I fell for it. I curated a career, a wardrobe, a home, just so I would be seen as that girl who had it all together. But was I all put together? No, I was exhausted. I was broke. I'm gonna confess the whole thing to you so you can skip the burnout, because let's just get you straight to wealthy. There was a time not too long ago when I stayed late at work. I replied to emails at god-awful hours at 10 p.m. from my iPhone, posting stories of me crushing it at work happy hours, not because I had to, but because I wanted to be seen as valuable and visible. I wanted to be seen as reliable, exceptional, Monica level good. I treated being liked at a job and my money as a prop. I bought the perfect blazer for presentations. I signed up for the boutique fitness studio. I flew across countries for conferences to learn 100%, but also to look good on Instagram. And every time I received a compliment, a heart, a wow, you're just like a rock star, it all seemed worth it. Until evening would roll around and I would doom scroll. Scroll, like, buy. Scroll, like, buy. Until one day I confronted my Chase Freedom Card account. And the day I confronted my credit card balance, which was at $23,000, it was the day I asked myself, if Instagram disappeared tomorrow, what would I have to show? Not enough. That was the answer. Not nearly enough. So I started doing something that felt weird and even radical. I stopped buying things for the version of me I was curating. And I started investing real money, not props, real money, $5 a week at first, for the version of me I actually wanted to become. I did a subscription audit and canceled a bunch of that didn't actually have great content for me. And you know the ones I'm talking about, their entire function is to give you that water cooler talk just so that you appear like you're in the know with all your work colleagues. Bullshit. I rerouted money from my checking account into my brokerage account. And every time I invested into a stock, a company, an ETF, a mutual fund, or even in Bitcoin, I would tell myself, this is for me, not them. Now, I'll be honest, my closet, it got a lot less exciting. My feed got quieter, but my brokerage account, where I do all my investing, oh, she was glowing. And for the first time, I didn't just feel like I had the appearance of being rich. I knew that I was actually becoming rich because I finally owned something more powerful than a vibe. I owned my future. And here's a full circle moment with our girl Monica. She spent years trying to impress her mom. She needed everything to be just so, except for her locked closet of utter chaos. She competed with herself to create the best Thanksgiving dinner every single year. But in the middle of the series, we see her creating her own catering company with Phoebe. And by the end of the series, she becomes head chef. She invested in her skills, bet on herself, and became a full-blown lady boss and business owner. She stopped cooking for praise and started building for the future she actually wanted. And if Monica can make that shift, so can you. And to help get you started, that's the hardest part, here are 3 pro tips to help you create that real and very rich life. Pro tip number 1, build your invisible flex fund. Every time you're tempted to buy something to impress, divert it. That Anthroblast that would have cost you $79, transfer that same $79 from your shopping cart straight into your brokerage account. And if you don't have a brokerage account, man, I got a video for you. Check out my Crazy Rich Asians video where I go into all the deets, because real flexes, they are not warned. You put in the time, right, to get those muscles. Those are earned. Pro tip number 2, audit your aesthetic spending. Look at your last 10 purchases, and if 10 feels too big, start with 3. Which ones were bought for you? And which ones were bought for you to take a photo of to post on the socials? No judgment, by the way, okay? No judgment and no shame, just data. Flag those instant pressure purchases, because just that small amount of awareness and intentionality, it kills lifestyle inflation before it compounds into a debt of chaos. Pro tip number 3, ask the mirror test. Every time you make a money move, ask, if no one ever saw this, would I still want it? If the answer is yes, that's alignment. But if the answer is no, that's lifestyle inflation trying to cosplay as ambition. And this simple question, it rewires your brain from performer to investor. And that is the true flex and lady boss move to make. What's our big takeaway? Meta wants you to curate and spend. Monica wants you to achieve. But your wealth, it comes from ownership, not likes. It feels boring, but it's the best money move you make because it won't show up in a reel. That move will be invisible, quiet, and it will compound into the fortune that will make you financially free. Until one day you wake up and realize you're not just appearing rich anymore. You're not performing success. You are rich. and you're living a wealthy life. All because you stopped spending money to be seen and started investing to be free. And if you've ever felt like you had to earn love, likes, or financial security by looking like you had it all together, I see you. I was you. But starting today, you get to choose a new path. A path where you live like no one else so that one day you can live like no one else. And next week, we're sitting down with our funny man, the Chan Chan Man, the king of sarcasm and the I'm bad with money deflection. So if you've ever coped with anxiety by treating yourself or gotten stuck in research mode with finances instead of making a move, you will not want to miss next week's episode. And if this coffee confessional hit home, hit like and subscribe, and let's catch up in the comments until I see you next Sunday on Lady Boss of Finance.